Hello everyone, with the Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is 7:37 a.m. Tuesday morning, July 16, 2024. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you guys get this video up to 100 likes. If you don't know by now, that's how the YouTube algorithm works. We all like the video and then the YouTube algorithm pushes the video out to more persons who are in the path of these tropical systems so we can keep everyone safe this Atlantic hurricane season, especially during the peak that's August through to October. Share this video with your friends, your coworkers, your relatives, and even your church brethren, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Leave a comment down below letting me know that has been liking your video recently. Also, feel free to ask any other related question that you might have about the future of the day in your specific area. Alright, so let us take a look at the US National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. We can see that there's still nothing new that's expected during the next 7 days. Even if something develops, we know that we've already had Beryl, we've already had Alberto, we've already had Chris. The next name on the list is Debbie with a Y, followed by Ernesto and Francine. As relates to the Atlantic tropical weather discussion, we can see that they still have some tropical waves highlighted, one across the central Atlantic, one across the western Atlantic, and another one across the western Caribbean. And if we take a look at the surface map of the Atlantic for this morning, we can see everything that they just mentioned. The one right here across the western Atlantic, the one across the central Atlantic, and the one across the western Caribbean right here off screen, but we can see the words tropical wave. And if we take a look at the visible satellite images as the sun is starting to come up, we can make out some of these tropical waves, even although there's a lot of dry sinking air, so it's not that easy to be made out. We can see the clouds associated with the tropical wave affecting portions of Central America, Belize, the clouds associated with the other tropical wave that's about to lash portion of the Eastern Caribbean, and the other clouds associated with the other tropical wave right here across the Eastern Atlantic. We'll be talking more about the rest of the Caribbean weather later on. Let us focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's video about the weather across Jamaica for today, well, for yesterday, Monday, July 15. It was stated that we would have received some afternoon rainfall across sections of some central and western parishes, especially some southern parishes. I know central and western parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Middlesex and Cornwall. So central parishes, St. Anne, St. Mary, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine. Western parishes, we're talking about Hanover, St. James, Trelawny, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. While southern parishes, we're talking about St. Thomas, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland. And what ended up happening? As early as 2:25 p.m. yesterday, we had the visible satellite image that was posted here on our Twitter page at Weather Jamaica. It was also posted on our Instagram page at weather.jamaica, on our TikTok page at Weather Jamaica, and on our Facebook page at Weather Jamaica 876. So if you have one of those social media platforms, please ensure that you follow us there as we make posts throughout the day that you can't afford to miss. So we saw that on a visible satellite image that was posted, we had some clouds bring some isolated thunderstorm activities. We saw the sparkling yellow dots that will now represent some amount of lightning strikes, if not lightning flashes, across sections of Westmoreland, sections of St. Elizabeth. We thought that there would have been more rainfall across some southern parishes, more across sections of Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew, but that wasn't the case. More of the rainfall was confined to sections of southwestern Jamaica than anything else. So Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth for the most part. And if we take a look at what took place even last night into early this morning, the Cube and Doppler radar images were posted highlighting some moderate to even heavy rainfall affecting sections of St. Mary and Portland. That was about 1:50 a.m. So they definitely got a lashing last night. But we have a comment here from one of our followers on our Instagram page. Hareen Spencer wants it raining in St. Elizabeth, just to confirm yesterday's rainfall, as this was posted 16 hours ago. If we take a look at what's taking place right now across Jamaica, we can definitely see some low-level patches of clouds pushing from east to west across deep waters to the north of the island. Who knows, some of this rainfall could definitely make it into sections of some northern parishes, as we can see the Cube and Doppler radar images showing the greens and the yellows even skirting portions of northern Jamaica. So anywhere from St. Mary westward, St. Anne, Trelawny might even be getting in on some isolated shores as we speak. Not much in lieu of thunderstorms right now, as we don't see much high cold cloud tops are sparkling white, that represents some thunderstorm activity. But if we take a look at See Jamaica's YouTube channel, we can see that for the most part the corporate era is very sunny, clear skies than anything else. We can see the time 7:42 a.m. Not much taking place across Crossroads at all. Definitely sunny. Sky is blue. Not much hazy weather today at all. By the way, if you'd like to see some more streams like this, just go over to See Jamaica. They're on YouTube and they have live streams of the City View, Kingston Harbour, Halfway Tree, and even the Bogwalk Gorge. Taking a look at the temperatures right now, we can say about 26 degrees Celsius in both Montego Bay and Kingston. And by about 18 on Tuesday, which is actually 1 p.m. on Tuesday, we should be getting in on more grey colours and at least a slight yellow colour than anything else. That one now represents average to slightly above average temperatures. And we know the average temperatures for the month of July across Jamaica are about 91 degrees Fahrenheit. When we take a look at the thermometer, 91 degrees Fahrenheit is about the same as 32.7 degrees Celsius. So we should be receiving anywhere from 32 to 33 degrees Celsius at most for Jamaica's temperature on Tuesday. As relates to the Saran dust forecast for 2 p.m. on Tuesday, Jamaica should be right here and we should be getting in on some amount of clearing today regarding the dust. You can see that majority of the Caribbean getting in on some lighter shades of brown, not vigorous plume like what we see right here across the main development region. Either way, we know all of that is pushing from east-west, so it's definitely going to be affecting portions of the Eastern Caribbean very soon before the week has completed. And hopefully, when that gets to the Jamaica area, most of it has dwindled down. But this is the forecast for today, 2 p.m. As it relates to the wave forecast, you can see the majority of the Caribbean still getting in on those lighter shades of blues to darker shades of blues that we know by the key on the bottom right that represents anywhere from 0.5 meter wave height to 1.5 meter wave height. And that's because the winds are going to be averaging anywhere from 10 to 20 knots with those dull greens to brighter shades of greens. And we see the general direction for the winds coming in from the east. As related to the close-up of Jamaica, we can see that yes, we have that easterly flow, but all of the air should be piling up across sections of some central and western parishes, and especially some southern parishes. That's where we have the least amount of winds again. So that's where we know the cumulus clouds can be developed into some medium level rain clouds, if not some upper level cumulonimbus clouds. So some afternoon thunderstorms definitely in the forecast for sections of some central and western parishes again, especially some southern parishes in Jamaica. And if we actually take a look at the rainfall forecast, we can see that what's forecasted for this morning is already happening. Northern Jamaica already getting on those blue colors that represents rainfall for 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 8 a.m. Jamaica time. We can already see that happening based on what we just saw on the visible satellite images. But most of that rainfall is out to sea as we speak, but definitely going to be affecting land shortly. But by afternoon, we see a flip. More of the rainfall across sections of some central and western parishes, and especially some southern parishes. We even see a higher chance of this happening because we see some darker shades of blues and even some greens in there. So definitely a section of Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew for sure this time, because yesterday we thought Kingston and St. Andrew would have gotten some rainfall, but they didn't. But it's definitely a higher chance today, and this is valid for 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 3 p.m. Jamaica time, and we even see sections of Eastern Jamaica getting in on the mix too. So look out for some amount of isolated shower activity, maybe some thunderstorms. Even the accumulated precipitation forecast in consensus that there's going to be a lot of rainfall today, especially on the south coast. Euro showing up to 0.64 of an inch of rainfall, GFS up to 0.48 of an inch of rainfall. Either way, we see that both the Euro and the GFS models are in consensus that there's going to be some amount of rainfall from now up until 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Not saying that's going to be raining from now up all the way until then, but there is rainfall in the forecast, and we're indeed grateful because we're in the month of July. In July, in both Montego Bay and Kingston, we usually receive less rainfall. Kingston bar graph here at the top in millimeters, Montego Bay's bar graph here at the bottom in inches. We clearly see that when it comes to July, there's less rainfall. So you can do the math, and you can also visit that website, that's weatherandclimate.com, to see your specific parish and the amount of rainfall that you guys are usually receiving throughout the year. 1 inch of rainfall is up to 25 millimeters of rainfall, so you can do the calculations yourself. Alright, so that's it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let us focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So we have some low-level patches of clouds pushing from east to west across the eastern Caribbean. The Leeward Islands definitely getting nailed as we speak. Section of northern South America usually getting on some thunderstorm activity. And if we take a look at the Doppler radar images of the northeastern Caribbean, we can make out some of the rainfall that we just saw in the visible satellite images. Definitely a section of the Leeward Islands, anywhere from Guadeloupe northward, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin, waters surrounding there, getting on some isolated showers as we speak. Eastern Puerto Rico with some light rainfall. And if we take a look at the Barbados radar, we can see that rainfall definitely affecting sections of Dominica, Martinique as we speak. Barbados is going to be getting some more rainfall, as you can see that coming in from east, southeast with the blues and greens, some light to moderate rainfall. Even section of the Grenadine Islands, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago getting some amount of rainfall as we speak. And if we take a look at the weather view of Doppler radar images, we can see some rainfall to the north of Honduras, maybe pushing westward to affect section of Belize. And it might already be affecting section of Belize. Some rainfall right there to the north of the ABC Islands. Some rainfall brushing the coast of Suriname and northwestern French Guiana. As relates to the rainfall that's expected within the next 24 hours from now up until 10 p.m. on Tuesday, we can see that there's some amount of rainfall in store for Florida, coastal areas of Cuba, the southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Haiti, Dominican Republic, but more isolated shores than anything else. For sections of Puerto Rico, the US and British Virgin Islands, St. Martin, St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, those areas that we just mentioned. So a section of Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, Western Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, Yucatan Peninsula, and even some isolated shores for a section of the Cayman Islands. And we know that when both maps from the Euro and the GFS are in consensus like this, the chances of it happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching.